Hey everybody, welcome back to Hart Talks. Well, my very first kiss, I remember it so well. I remember who she was, where we were, and what do you mean who she was? Yes, my first kiss was with a girl. Shock horror. Find out all about it after this. Hey everybody, so today I'm going to talk about my first kiss and I'm going to give you a health update on what's going on with me since the surgery. But first of all, let me tell you about my first kiss. My first kiss was with a girl called Caitlin Barberton. I was 11, she was 10. We were standing at my front doorstep in Glasgow and I lived on a second floor flat, and I was about to go upstairs and say goodbye to Caitlin, and she suddenly kissed me on the cheek and then ran away. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, what has just happened? And then the following day I was vomiting, I had diarrhea, I was a complete and utter mess. And you know, I sometimes think maybe that was somebody trying to tell me that I shouldn't be kissing girls anymore. But I didn't listen to that advice. I kind of carried on kissing girls for a number of years later. And when I think back on it now, I was thinking of names and girlfriends, and I kind of was counting them up. And I thought, God, I had quite a few girlfriends at school. And each one of my girlfriends were amazing. You know, I'm still friends with some of them now. Some of them watch this. And, you know, they were great girls. And it wasn't that I knew I was gay. I think it was more that I just completely, you know, I'd had an inkling of it when I was 13. I was like, something doesn't feel right. And do I find this guy attractive? And what I did was I completely put it out of my mind. So actually, when I was meeting these girls and falling for them, which I was doing, I didn't really take it on board about the fact that I was gay, because I hadn't accepted that, so I just managed to block it out. I remember my next girlfriend was a girl called Amy Rafferty, and me and Amy went out for a while, and this was in high school, and so she was my first serious girlfriend. And then there was Nicola MacDonald, and then there was Anne-Marie Harland, and then there was Helen Jordan, and then there was Ashley, the girl that lived across the road from the school. And I'm sure there were more than that. I remember kissing my best friend's sister. You know, so there were quite a lot. And as I say, it wasn't a deliberate thing. It was just, I wanted to be normal. I wanted to be loved. And I really wanted that family. You know, I wanted to create that family network, that family system, you know, that I didn't have. So to all my girlfriends out there, thank you. You were the best. I love you all. And yeah, I hope that, you know, I know somebody once said to me, oh, did I make you gay? And I'm like, what? You know, it doesn't work like that. It was the fact that I was gay all the time. I just hadn't realised it myself yet. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering about my health, and it's really difficult to say this, and the operation hasn't worked. I've been feeling sick for weeks ever since the operation, and they said to me I would know within a couple of weeks if it had worked or not. It's been 3 weeks now, and I feel terrible. I have felt terrible since the operation, and it's not getting any better. It's getting worse if there's any, you know, if there's any change in it at all. It's hard to admit, it's hard to say, because I was so hopeful for this operation, and they kept telling me it was my last chance. Well, not my last chance. it was the last thing available because there was nothing else available. I'd tried everything else and things had worked for a while and then they stopped working. So I kind of felt a bit pushed into this operation at the beginning. I was like, do I really want it? But then I realised that I had to give it a try, you know. So I know in my heart of hearts it hasn't worked. I can feel it. I can feel it inside in my heart. I can feel it in my mind. It's not me being negative. I know it hasn't worked. So I'm kind of at a bit of a crossroads because I don't know where my life's going to go from here, because I have to continue feeling like this for the foreseeable future. And I don't know how to do that at the moment. So I don't know what's next as far as my health goes. Oh God, it's so difficult, so difficult. Yeah, kind of hope is fading and I'm not very good at that. You know, I'm used to making a plan, having action and getting on with it. But yeah, this is the way things are going to be for until the next new thing comes out anyway. So getting back to my first kiss, I remember when I made a video about my coming out, and I looked back on it recently and I said, oh, you know, my coming out wasn't that dramatic and blah, blah, blah. But I remember at school I was really, really, really challenged, especially in my high school years, you know, from 13 to 17. I was really challenged, you know, because I knew that it was at the back of my head, but I wanted to meet the perfect girl that would make it work. But the thing was, there wasn't a perfect girl because I was a gay man. And I remember there was a guy at school that I went to school with called Stephen as well. And he was openly gay. And I always remember looking at him and thinking, God, he's so brave. I remember it was at the stage when Madonna was wearing the fluorescent coloured socks, but she used to wear different coloured ones. So Stephen would come in with a pink fluorescent sock and a yellow fluorescent sock. And I just used to look at him and think, whoa, brave. You know, because I wasn't that brave. I was petrified. I used to look at Stephen and think, gosh, you know. So to all these people that I've mentioned today, thank you for being part of my growing years, of my understanding, of my accepting. I spoke to a friend recently who I hadn't spoken to for about 20 years, a friend of mine called Janine, and she said to me, Stephen, I remember you and I were underneath your quilt in your bedroom talking when you were about 15 and you told me that you thought you were gay. Now I do not remember this, you know, and it wasn't until Janine said it that it kind of made me go, oh, maybe I did, you know. And she said, yeah, you definitely did, she said. And so obviously I remember that turmoil, I remember that challenge, I remember that fear of being who I really am, you know. I'm just so thankful that, you know, it only took a few more years after that for me to be able to come out, you know, at 21. And I had girlfriends right up until I was 21. The week before I came out, I had a girlfriend. Hey, Katie. You know, so there were a lot of women in my life and they were amazing. But unfortunately, for unfortunately for me, they weren't the right people because they were women. And it, you know, I think love is blind, and I loved these girls, you know. There were a couple of them that I was like, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but it wasn't enough. And yeah, it's just quite interesting to look back on it now and think of it, and think of how my very first kiss made me think, I'm never kissing a girl again, because they give you germs and diarrhea. And Caitlin Barberton, a few weeks after she kissed me, she told me that she was moving to Australia, and I was heartbroken for about a week. And then I went out with Nicola McDonald. So, you know, I was a child of substance. Anyway, thank you. Please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe on this video. Hit the like button. Hit the grey bell up there. No, the grey bell's not up there. Grey bell's down there next to the subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, the grey bell will come up, and it'll give you, if you click on that, it'll let you know as soon as I post a new video, it will be out and it will be there for you. So thank you for listening to me, and again, thank you for those of you who reached out and asked about my health. I'll get by. Yeah, it's just a pain in the... But thank you, everybody. I love you. Take care. Bye.